Jack offered, trying to be sympathetic, though he wasn't entirely sure what Mr. Bradford was referring to. I meant her mother, the older man clarified, his gaze distant. I always had such high hopes for Victoria. Ah, well. Jack felt a wave of defensiveness rise. Sir, I really don't think Vicky's doing too badly. He thought of Vicky's sharp intellect, her ambition, her undeniable charm. No, I mean with her job. Oh, Jack felt a prickle of unease. Oh, you mean because of the promotion they offered her? Mr. Bradford looked surprised. What promotion? She didn't tell you? Jack asked, genuinely puzzled. He knew Vicky was fiercely independent, but to keep something so significant from her father seemed out of character. No. Oh well, it's not important now. She's going to turn it down. Mr. Bradford's tone was dismissive, but a hint of smug satisfaction played at the corners of his mouth. Too bad, though. She's been working so hard for it these past 2 years. Jack felt a cold dread spread through him. Then why is she going to turn it down? Mr. Bradford leaned forward, his voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper. Well, it would mean moving to Houston, and that could cause problems between us. He paused, letting the implication sink in. Well, why didn't she say anything? I guess she didn't want to make you feel guilty. You must have more in the ball than I thought to make her give up something that she wanted so badly. The words hit Jack like a punch to the gut. He had been so focused on his own feelings for Vicky, on trying to navigate her father's disapproval, that he hadn't considered the depth of her sacrifice. He hadn't even known about the promotion. And now, Mr. Bradford was twisting it, making it sound like Jack was a burden, an obstacle to Vicky's success. The thought that he might be holding her back, that she might be giving up her dreams for him, filled him with a profound sense of guilt and shame. Just then, Vicky re-entered the living room, transformed. Gone was the severe suit, replaced by a soft, flowing dress that highlighted her grace. She looked radiant, but a smile faltered slightly as she sensed the tension in the room. Hi, Dad, darling, how are you? She asked, a forced cheerfulness in her voice. I'm just fine. Has Jack been entertaining you? Mr. Bradford replied, his eyes darting between them. No. Excuse me. Vicky turned to Jack, her brow furrowed. Why didn't you mention anything to me about that job offer in Houston? Jack stammered, caught off guard, because it wasn't important. I'm going to turn it down. Well, shouldn't you at least consider it? He urged, his voice tight with the guilt her father had so expertly planted. He wanted her to pursue her dreams, even if it meant sacrificing their budding relationship. He wanted her to be happy, truly happy, even if it wasn't with him. I already did. Vicky's eyes searched his, a flicker of confusion and hurt in their depths. And I'm going to turn it down. Jack felt a desperate need to explain, to make her understand that he didn't want to be the reason she gave up on her ambitions. Oh, well, are you sure though? You're doing the right thing? Vicky's gaze hardened. Well, Jack, do you want me to take the job? The question hung in the air, loaded with unspoken meaning. Jack hesitated, torn. He wanted her to stay, more than anything. But he couldn't bring himself to be selfish, to be the man her father painted him as. Well, no, you should do what's right for you. A shadow crossed Vicky's face. But Jack, if I move to Houston, we'll never see each other. We'd still have weekends and holidays. The words sounded hollow even to him, a pathetic attempt to rationalize a painful separation. Weekends and holidays. You know, we really don't see that much of each other as it is. You're flying around all the time. I work all hours. Vicky's voice was tinged with exasperation and a deeper, unspoken hurt. Jack, I've been, she stuttered, but he cut her off, his own emotions spiraling. Vicky, what I'm trying to say is, I want you to do what's best for you. He truly believed this, even as his heart ached at the thought of losing her. I will. Vicky's voice was quiet, but firm. She turned to her father. Dad, could you give me a lift home? Now, Jack exclaimed, his heart sinking. This was it. Then she was leaving. Wait a minute. I thought we were going to do something. He looked at her, pleading. I'm sorry. I just didn't realize how tired I was. Her eyes avoided his, and he knew it was a lie, a polite excuse to escape. Well, we could do something. Shall we? He tried one last time, a desperate hope clinging to his voice. Vicky, thank you for a very pleasant evening. Jack, her words were formal, a polite dismissal. Jack watched her walk towards the door with her father, a cold emptiness spreading through him. Vicky, hey, listen, I'll call you tomorrow, okay? Okay. But if I'm not home, I'll call you. Her voice was distant, already moving on. As the door clicked shut behind them, Jack stood frozen, the silence of the apartment suddenly deafening. He had tried to do the right thing, to be selfless, but it had only pushed her away. He felt like an idiot, a complete failure. Terry. Jack. Oh, excuse me. Janet burst back into the living room, her face alight with excitement. Jack, I just talked to Philip and we're going to do it. She stopped, noticing the heavy atmosphere, the lingering scent of Mr. Bradford's disapproval, and Jack's dejected posture. Hi Vicky, She trailed off, then noticed Vicky was gone. I hope I'm not interrupting anything. No, Janet, it's okay. I was just leaving. Good night, Jack mumbled, turning to walk away, the weight of his regret heavy on his shoulders. Jack, what happened? Janet asked, her excitement replaced by concern. Nothing. He couldn't bring himself to articulate the mess he'd just made. Well, it's so early. Where's Vicky going? Jack paused at the door, then turned, a bitter taste in his mouth. To Houston. Chapter 2. The Shadow of a Father. The following days blurred into a haze of wedding preparations and a pervasive ache in Jack's chest. The apartment, once a vibrant hub of shared lives, now felt hollow, despite the frantic activity. Jana, oblivious to the deeper currents of Jack's despair, flitted about, a radiant. Terry, ever observant, cast him worried glances, but Jack was too consumed by his own misery to offer an explanation. He found himself replaying the conversation with Vicky and her father over and over, dissecting every word, every nuance. Had he been too quick to accept Mr. Bradford's insinuation? Had he really pushed Vicky away? Or had her father simply seized an opportunity to drive a wedge between them? The thought of Vicky moving to Houston, of their nascent connection being severed before it even had a chance to blossom, was a constant, gnawing pain. Let me see. A little higher, Jack. Janet's voice pulled him back to the present. He was attempting to hang a banner that read "Just Married" above the archway, but his mind was miles away. Jack, I'm sorry. I was someplace else. He mumbled, the words sounding weak. When you come back, could you lift it a little higher? Sure, Vicky, Janet continued, her mind on the decorations. Terry, don't push. Oh, hurry it up. This thing is heavy. Theo gun. Where do you want us to put it? This thing is heavy. Larry, a friend who had volunteered to help, grumbled as he and another helper struggled with a massive electronic organ. Jack finally focused, his hands reaching for the banner. Any place for now. Okay, will you put it down? Will you pick it up? You said put it down, but not on my foot. Pick it up. He groaned as the heavy instrument narrowly missed his foot, his mind still reeling from the image of Vicky leaving. Mr. Furry, Larry, would you just put it over there, please? Okay. Come on. Jack tried to take charge, despite his inner turmoil. He needed a distraction. Any distraction. Now, Larry, I want you to run out and pick up the flowers, paper napkins, and plates. Cinderella, all I hear is Cinderella, Larry grumbled good-naturedly, but headed out. The apartment was a hive of activity. Mrs. Keneal, the organist, a elderly woman with a penchant for dramatic pauses, was already setting up her sheet music. Terry was meticulously polishing the antique furniture, and even Mr. Furley, their landlord, had made an appearance, ostensibly to supervise. Well, I understand Janet's parents can't come out to the wedding, Mr. Furley announced, his hands clasped behind his back, a look of profound importance on his face. Yeah, Janet and Phil are gonna fly back and see them afterwards, Terry confirmed, not looking up from her polishing. Well, who's gonna give the bride away? Mr. Furley puffed out his chest. I am. Jack snorted. You. Then who's gonna be the flower girl? Mr. Furley looked affronted. No, I was just kidding. He paused. Then his eyes widened in sudden alarm. Wait a minute. If Janet's mother isn't gonna be here, who's gonna talk to Janet about whatever a young bride should know? Mr. Furry, I wouldn't worry about it. Jack waved a dismissive hand, trying to hide a smile. The thought of Mr. Furley giving the talk was a comedic image he didn't need in his current state. Where is Janet? Mr. Furley pressed, his concern genuine.